The problem with religion is that it is the only mode of thought that systematically closes people to real conversation. Because it is the only mode of thought that puts a positive value on a person's perpetual immunity to new evidence and new argument. And this closure is euphemistically called faith, and it is generally thought to be beyond criticism even by atheist scientists who don't share it. Now, I want to make it clear, I'm not advocating new laws. I'm not advocating that we infringe people's religious freedom. I'm advocating new rules of conversation. There is no law against believing that Elvis Presley is still alive. Okay, this is not, how have we kept this belief from invading our boardrooms and our academic departments? The principle of our immunity is really quite simple. Anyone who seriously espouses the idea that Elvis is still alive, either in a lecture or in a job interview or on a first date, immediately pays a consequence in ill-concealed laughter. There's a general principle at work here. People who claim to be certain of things they clearly can't be certain of have a problem meeting their goals in life, except when these certainties are on the subject of religion. But such people do not get asked to run our major corporations on any other subject, when they espouse these certainties on any other subject. They don't get invited to present at conferences. They're apt to find their business cards discreetly placed in the trash. Okay, notice that we don't have to pass any laws against bad ideas to reliably deliver these rebukes. We simply have to be free to criticize bad ideas. And we are free to criticize bad ideas, except we're not availing ourselves of this freedom on the subject of religion. We have been cowed into silence. We have learned to be terrified of the peevishness and irrationality of our neighbors. And we've learned to fear their suffering, which is, notice, different than feeling compassion for their suffering. We have learned to fear that the only remedy for their day-to-day suffering is the false consolation of false ideas. Well, I'm here to say, after having spoken this way publicly and received tens of thousands of emails, that our neighbors have their doubts. And they don't have any special fondness for being wrong or confused or self-deceived. They don't have a special fondness for having their beliefs not map onto reality. And it seems to me profoundly condescending and unimaginative for secular academics to say, well, we don't need religion, everyone else does, and will for as long as humanity endures. And this, of course, is often said, and has been often said at this meeting. I mean, we are endlessly reminded that every culture has had religion, that every culture we know about has organized itself around religious superstition and unfounded certainties. And therefore, it is fatuous to think we are ever going to get rid of this kind of thinking. Okay, the same could have been said about witchcraft. Every culture has believed in witches, feared witches, persecuted witches, or relied upon their expertise. It's just crazy to think you're going to get rid of witchcraft. What you have to do is learn to live side by side with witches and warlocks and to accommodate their certainty about the evil eye in public discourse. Okay, imagine how fatuous and embarrassing and dangerous it would have been to have gone down that path on witchcraft. Well, we did go down that path with religion. Thank you very much.